let's take a look at using garland to create swags. They're a quick and exciting way to decorate with color and energy, and they can be made to fit any theme with the many colors, finishes, sizes, and prints of Qualitex balloons. Simply make garland with air-filled balloons and rig into place. To estimate the length of the garland, use the short, wide arch formula of height plus width. When it comes to rigging balloon decor, use a permanent knot, then let gravity create the effect. To make scallops, simply add rig points. When decorating, you'll want to make sure that you're welcome to come back, so cleanup is just as important as setup. In the event industry, this is referred to as striking the job. Make sure to include this service in your pricing to protect your relationships. To strike garland, try using a sharp T-pin in each hand to quickly pop the balloons. You can even pop garlands right inside a large trash can to make cleanup even easier.
One of the most common forms of classic balloon decor is the balloon column, also made from garland. Flanking an entrance with the spirals wrapped in opposite directions, they can draw the eye in and can really set a mood. Placed at the corners of a dance floor, they define the space and can be easily created to work with any theme. Grouped together at varying heights, they make terrific backdrops. The design possibilities are endless. To make standing columns from garland, you'll most often use a base plate and pole to give them stability. They're required outdoors and certainly recommended in high-traffic areas. The simplest base is the SDS base plate, available from balloon distributors. They're nicely weighted and easily accept half-inch electrical conduit, commonly used as framework for balloon decor. These lightweight poles can be cut to length with a hacksaw or tube cutter. Just make sure to cover any rough edges with duct tape to keep them from popping the balloons. When it comes to making columns, you can either wrap the garland on the line and then push it onto the framework, separating the balloons in a zipper pattern, or you can make the garland right on the conduit, just as you would on line. While bases and poles are great for supporting columns, you're going to need to go back and get them after the event, so they add cost to the job. Installation is often cheaper and easier when columns are self-supporting. Just make sure the situation doesn't require the stability of base plates and poles. To do this, the column must be wide enough and heavy enough to control its height. A garland made from 11-inch balloons, sized to 10.5 inches, can be made into a self-supporting 6-foot column by tightly packing the garland and adding a weight to the bottom. Ideally, you want to create a weight from 2 or 4 sand balloons tied together, depending on how much weight you need to support the design. Just hang the weight over the column's bottom balloon cluster, like so. Since the bottom cluster of balloons will be touching the floor, you want to protect the balloons from any rough spots and dirt, which can cause the balloons to pop. Set the column on a piece of foam board or vinyl, or cover the balloons with strips of clear packing tape. In the rare case that a balloon needs to be replaced, snip a small hole in the thicker latex near the neck of the inflated balloon. It will quietly deflate rather than pop, and the balloons around it won't be at risk for popping. Then tie in another balloon. In most cases, you'll want to finish columns by topping them, typically with big balloons. It's especially important to keep proportion in mind when choosing the top balloon. For instance, 3-foot balloons work well on columns made with 11-inch balloons. Look what happens when we put a 16-inch balloon on top. Clearly, it's out of proportion. Keep in mind that you can underinflate the balloons in the columns as well as the topper to achieve different looks. Simply tie an uninflated 260Q right in with the balloon's neck as though it were a ribbon. 260Qs are the balloons we typically associate with clowns and balloon twisters. When inflated, they measure about 2 inches by 60 inches, and the Q stands for Qualitex. The colors can coordinate for easy hiding, and the elasticity is great for holding the top balloon in snug, even as the balloons deflate. Run the 260Q down through the top 2 clusters, then tie the ends together to secure.